No, it is so disgusting, and sometimes it's actually freaky too. I got a call from a guy and he's like, "Hey, I'm really interested in your listing. Like, I think I want to make an offer on it. I'm an unrepresented buyer." And I'm like, "Oh,
Okay.
maybe. Oh, cool. Like, which listing is it?"
Which, by
And
the way, this happens.
yes, and
Yeah.
it happens. It has happened before.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, which listing?" And he was like, "Oh, just go to your text. I'll send you the listing I want." And so I'm literally on the phone with him. My boys are sitting right next to me on either side. I like put it on speaker and open my text, and a picture of his freaking
Woo!
like pops through, and he just like, "Do you like it?" And just like start laughing. I like hang up the phone as quick as I can.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Behind the Lockbox. I'm Stephanie Zalowski, and today we have Paige Steckling with us. Hey, Paige.
Hey, what's
My
up?
girl. Paige is an agent with Real Broker, and we actually met briefly at the BAM Mania conference last October, and then I actually joined Real with her this last January. Paige fucking kills it in the Utah market, guys. She is a mom to 2 boys, has a huge social presence. If you have not seen her on social, you're seriously missing out. And she is all around just an amazing human. And after selling so much real estate, I knew she had some stories. So Paige, welcome to Behind the Lockbox.
Thank you for having me on. I'm so excited for this podcast because it's just a chat. It sounds like we're telling
Yeah.
stories
Yeah.
instead of someone being like, "What are your tips? What do you do?
No.
How do you build your business? What are your systems?" I'm like, I've answered the same question so many times. So let's
You
get into
know,
the
we're not
tea.
really here to teach. We're just here to be self-deprecating idiots and, make everybody laugh. That's kind of like my shtick. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
The kind of podcast I want to listen to.
Yeah,
So
agreed. And when I started it, I thought about those things. I was like, I'm not here to I'm not the agent that's out there to be a coach, and no knock to anyone that does. Good for you if you can be successful at it. But we go through so much shit in this business, as you know, and we talk about it on our weekly calls. We laugh about things there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. Some of it's funny, some of it's scary, some of it's tragic, some of it is frustrating, whatever the case may be, right? We're not here to talk crap about the business or other agents or anything like that, although sometimes I'm sure we wish we could. But it's
I want to hear those ones. I want the juice, but I won't talk crap about
yeah.
it today.
Yeah, but it's just, it's one of those things that people have no idea what we go through on a daily basis. And so this has been really eye-opening, and I get so many messages and text messages and reviews where they're like, I had no idea. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to the shit show. So with that, before we started recording, I was like, hey, did you come with a couple stories? And you're like, yeah, I've got a few. You were saying something about a house being spray painted.
Yeah. Okay. So you told me to think of a couple of just stories that stuck in my head since I've been in the business.
Yeah.
And of course, the craziest things that have happened to you in real estate. There's so many, but the first thing that popped into my mind was a house I sold 2 years ago. It was in a place called Eagle Mountain. It was this couple, they really needed to sell. I think it was a divorce situation, if I remember.
Yeah.
It took forever to sell because there was some issues with the house. Finally, we get this house under contract, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it was hell to get it sold.
How long do you think it took from the time you listed it?
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was probably a couple months or so. And but it was we kept we would get close on an offer, and then they canceled because something would come up, they couldn't get a pre-approval like they thought they were going to or something. So we get this house under contract, and there's issues during the inspection. There's it's just a hell of a deal. We had to extend the financing deadline, and then just one thing after another.
And how much was this house going for?
It was a small house. It wasn't even one of my big ones. I think it was 800,000 or something.
Don't you agree that it's sometimes the smaller ones? And look, my service does not luxury is not a price point, right? You will get my luxury services, same with you, regardless of the price point.
Yes.
But don't you find it's always the little 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 400,000 studios, or an $800,000 home that
pain.
Yeah, and then we get these $8 million deals, and it closes in 5 days with all cash, and I'm like,
oh yeah, they're just sign. They sign before you even have to text them. It's
and I'm like, what? Anyway, so it's you work for those commissions sometimes. Yeah.
100%. And this one, yeah, it was just hell. I just remember being I kept thinking the deal was going to fall apart. We'd like just keep it together. Like the other agent was cool. He was an agent at the Perry Group, actually. Shout out to Michael Perry and his team. But we were
Thank God.
we were just like we weren't fighting, which was great.
That's
I don't
amazing.
keep going. So with the
Yeah.
other agents, I know what they're going through. I'm like, look, we're both in this business. It sucks sometimes. Let's just like,
100%.
how do we make this deal work and like get these, these two parties not to hate each other and
Well,
to
we're also working towards the same goal. So like when the agents, I have a good friend that's going through a really rough deal right now. And like it is hell for her with the other agent. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like we have the same goal in mind. I get why buyers sellers sometimes don't, but like we as agents have to get along. Like we have to collaborate and get through it. So anyway, I digress, but it's like, it's wild to me that happens sometimes.
Yes, luckily he was super cool because if he was an asshole, it would have just made this so much harder. But so anyways,
Yeah.
we're like working back and forth. We're trying to be nice to each other. Like even he would be like, "Well, this is what my clients are. I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to talk to him. Like, what can you do?" And then yeah, we were just kind of like both talking about the whole time. Like we can't wait for this deal to be done.
Yeah.
So the day before closing, my sellers call me and they're like, "You're not gonna believe this." I'm like, "What happened?" Like I just at this point, like I don't even know what else can happen.
No.
And they're like, we woke up and some of the neighbor kids had like taken spray paint and spray painted like the entire house, the fence, like all around the house, like tagged it like gangster spray paint tagging.
How did they know it was the neighbor kids?
Because I think I can't remember how, maybe they saw one of them on camera or like they figured it was one of these kids or something.
Oh my God.
Such a disaster. We're supposed to close the next day. I'm like, like obviously the buyers aren't going to close on this house that's now like the stucco was spray painted. Like the whole fence needed to be replaced or painted or something. And so anyways, they had to like file a lawsuit with the kids' parents and they had to like go through insurance and anyways, they ended up like holding the deal together. But it was such a pain because they were like not sure if insurance was even going to cover it. It was going to be all this money. They had to like restucco the entire house. And
by the way, that is not cheap for anyone who's not restuccoed and repainted. You're talking, depending on the size of the home, 15 to 30 grand.
yeah, and the fence had to be replaced. Like they got someone out to
If it's a
see
wood fence, you can't paint it. You have to get new boards.
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh my
anyways,
God.
after the worst deal ever, it just seemed like everything was happening that could happen on this deal. And then by the end, like the entire house was spray painted. Like we're in I don't know, I don't want to say it. Like we're in downtown LA or something. Like
I mean, you can say it. Like you're not in the ghetto.
yes, I'm just like, this is insane. I think. So yeah, that was a nightmare deal, but it did end up closing. So it just took forever.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, it was not fun.
That's insane. I mean, again, there are so many things that can happen when you are getting ready to close a deal. And just when you think that you're like, oh my God, we're closing tomorrow. We made it. We're at the finish line. No, not quite.
And it's like you learn something in this business every deal. Like I've been doing
Every
this
deal.
for 11 years and still stuff will come up. I'm like, what is that? Like, I don't even know what that means. Like, it's just like there's so many different problems.
I said this on the podcast, like probably, gosh, almost a year ago now, but I was in a deal like a year and a half ago. And like, I work coastal, right? Like, by the way, everyone, Paige is from San Diego, but now lives in Utah and has for a while. So, I'm obviously in La Jolla, but I was doing a deal out in Vista in like Fallbrook area, like kind of way out, near your grandparents a little bit. And I had to pump and get the septic pumped and certified. And I was like, so I've never done this before. 9 years in, I had never had to do, it just happened that way. Right. And I was like, luckily the other agent on the other side was so cool, but I was like, look, I'm just going to be real with you. Can you tell me what exactly I need? Because like
out here, I work the coast. Okay. This isn't my specialty. I'm just doing
we ain't got septic out here, girl. And she was like, I got you. She hooked us up with the best company that she uses. Like, again, collaboration, right? Like she was so amazing, but like, or there's things like even my friend that's in that hellish deal right now, she called me last night and was like asking me a technical question. I was like, now I'm second guessing myself. Like, you're going to have to talk to the broker. Like, I don't know, like there's just so many things that come up. For example, like when something gets spray painted, you're like, wait, insurance will cover, but wait, will it? Like, I don't know. Like, I've never had a house, it's like, you don't know until it's on the job training this job.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's like, yeah, like can the buyers close on it and will the insurance still pay for it? Or will the insurance even cover it? It's like anyways. Yeah. It's not
How much longer did you have to go?
it was like a couple months because like we couldn't get somebody to come out and replace the fence. They were way backed up. We got somebody sooner than like most of the companies would, but we couldn't even be out there for like a month. And then the insurance company, it was just like a pain. And then getting somebody out there to restucco. And we ended up closing, I think, before everything was completely done. We just like had it all signed off that it would be done after they moved in. But
Right.
it was such a nightmare. So also, by the way, on my grandparents' house, I'm trying to like force them to sell. They are the only ones left in San Diego in our family.
Oh.
Getting old, and I'm just like, I might just like forge their signature and be like, you're listing your house. You're moving up here. You guys need help. I can't go to San Diego to take care of you guys.
They need to come live. They need to come live by you so they can be near the boys and stuff too.
I know they really do. So
Yeah.
make that happen. I might just have you send me the listing agreement and I'll sign for them. Be like, congratulations, my friend Stephanie sold your house, so you're moving.
So guess what? This is happening now. Don't worry. If anyone from the board associations are listening, we wouldn't really do that.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
probably not.
Probably not. That's like, I mean, again, it's one of those situations where someone the other day said to me, well, you guys take a test. You have to get, what is it in Utah? How often do you have to renew your license?
Well, you just have to take your CE every 2 years.
Oh, it's every 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have to renew every 4, but it is CE, right? So I don't know if you saw what Jason Cassidy posted the other day on social. His there was like an alert that came up on his phone and it was like, your license is expiring soon. And he was like, thinking about maybe moving to Costa Rica and just starting a new life. And I DM'd him and I was like, dude, I just had to renew mine in like April, or well, it was done in April, but I did it in January. And I was like, I literally thought the same thing. He's like, let's go. Let's just build a compound and start over. And I was like, let's do it. Cause it's just like kind of intense, like what we have to, you know? And so somebody was like, well,
Well, I was going to say, real story. I was at Engel and Volkers before Real.
Oh yeah.
And this lady that used to be there was an agent, literally moved to Costa Rica. She like built up her whole CRM to be like this like machine system. Like it was just pumping out deals. She had a huge database. And so she was training me and my team like how to build our social media kind of like hers. But her CMA up to this like huge, like well-functioning business model machine that was just like automated. Everybody that was in there automated.
Wow.
Huge. Ends up selling her database, like just sold her whole CMA for like a couple $1 million and literally moved to Costa Rica.
So Jason, you know, you might have something there because apparently other people have already had this idea. I mean, it's not like a bad plan.
And if you do all the work building it up and like you're getting consistent business from it and you just want to sell it to a brokerage, I'm like, oh, I should think about doing that. Like,
I think we should. We need to talk about this offline and figure out how we can make this happen like sooner rather than later, you know? Anyway.
Behind the Lockbox is sponsored by Property Showcase Group. Property Showcase Group has a team of creatives, directors, producers, editors, marketing specialists, and designers that work in tandem to tell and share stories of the built environment. Whether you're looking for full-service production or simply just need content creation, Property Showcase Group can help take your business to the next level. To learn more or to contact Property Showcase Group to schedule a consultation, you can find them at propertyshowcasegroup.com. That's spelled propertyshowcasegroup.com. propertyshowcasegroup.com. I'm back to talk about our sponsor and producer, Property Showcase Group. This is for all my agent and affiliate friends out there. Property Showcase Group has a special offer for you. The first 3 agents to email Property Showcase Group at teampsg@propertyshowcasegroup.com will get 1 month free of social media management using code LOCKBOX. That's right, 1 month free. And they're offering 20% off your first video production using code LOCKBOX. For more information, contact Property Showcase Group at teampsg@propertyshowcasegroup.com, and don't forget to use code LOCKBOX or mention this podcast.
Okay, do you have a second story?
I you said 2 to 3 stories, so I have a couple in mind.
Okay.
One of them is just the same story from every single female real estate agent, especially being on social media. Like the amount of dick pics I get is disturbing. And
stop! We haven't even talked about this yet.
No, it is so disgusting, and sometimes it's actually freaky too, because
Yes.
you just get like a random picture or like
On DM on Instagram or to your cell phone?
my cell phone. So now I finally actually set up a business number, so it goes to my Lofty. Like,
Okay, I thought about doing that because my
Yeah.
number is everywhere.
yeah, it's nice. And so the business number, you can set it up on Lofty. Like once you start a team, if you're going to start a team, where it comes to first, it goes to everybody on your team. So it kind of like divvies out the calls. So like,
So now everyone's getting dick pics on your team? Cool.
yeah, everyone gets dick pics. I'm like, congratulations. But like if somebody's calling you though, like it'll call you first, and then if it like reroutes the calls to different
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
From and actually the text messages, I'm trying to change this right now, because I'm like, I need to get the text messages on my phone, but the text messages are just going straight into Lofty, so I only see them if I go in and check Lofty, which is great.
Yeah.
But that makes me like I forget to check it, so it's also not the best. But I'm also like, honestly, I'm tired, so
You've got so much going on that you're like, if I miss a couple, like it is what it is. Yeah.
hopefully my king secret gets it. But
Yeah.
I had one. This was like before I set up this business number that was just next level. So I got a call from a guy, and he's like, hey, I'm really interested in your listing. Like, I think I want to make an offer on it. I'm an unrepresented buyer. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
maybe. Oh, cool. Like, which listing is it?
Which, by the way, this happens.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it happens. It has happened before.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, which listing? And he was like, oh, just go to your text. I'll send you the listing I want. And so I'm literally on the phone with him. My boys are sitting right next to me on either side. I like put it on speaker and open my text, and a picture of his freaking
Woo!
like pops through, and he just like, do you like it? And it's like start laughing. I like hang up the phone as quick as I can. My boys were like, Mom, what was that? I'm just like, this felt like a violation or something. Like the fact that I'm talking to him while he's sending it to me on the phone, like what sick motherfucker like is gonna
Oh, I literally am stunned right now.
to me on the phone while he sends a picture of
I
himself.
think that's it. I think that's the piece. Like, yes, your boys were there. He could have been like, he could have just sent the text and said, this is what I'm interested in. And then that, but like the fact that you were on the phone with him.
And you're gonna get me excited, like you're gonna make an offer on my listing, like this asshole. It's disgusting.
Oh my God. Well, and again, okay. So this comes up a decent amount on the podcast, not dick pics necessarily. I actually have yet to have a dick pic story. So I'm actually like really pumped about this, but I'm not pumped it happened to you. But we talk about like us being in the industry as females and like the actual dangers that we do put ourselves in, Paige. I mean, think about it, right? Like you and I have a listing, a buyer calls and says, hey, my wife and I, or I'm interested or whatever. And like we go and meet them at our listing, likely alone. Sometimes maybe someone on your team will be there. But if everybody's gone, we're literally meeting strangers. I know it's kind of like taking Ubers and stuff, but like it's a little bit different when we're literally meeting strangers in a house for the first time by ourselves, or if you're holding an open house open by yourself. I mean, I think all of us have had stories where something creepy has happened, where somebody walked in, we got a really bad feeling. And I tell everybody, I did a kind of funny reel post that got like quite a lot of views actually. And it was like me driving in the car being like going to meet someone I've never met online at a totally random house I've never been to. But like, it's the truth though. Like we've put ourselves in these positions where this kind of stuff can happen.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying.
I do TikTok like that too. It's like going to meet somebody I met on the internet to go make some money. Like you're poor.
That's literally what we're doing. Like we're literally going to meet someone to make money because we met them online, and it's like, oh my God.
I kind of am. I have to be more careful. I kind of am invisible. I'm like, I'm kickboxing. I know how to defend.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I feel like most people are good people, but you forget like there are like plenty of creeps out there. I've had a
And you
couple
and I, luckily,
little like, oh, this seems a little sketchy, but I'm like, I'm sure I'll be fine, and I'll go meet him. And it's well, I've been fine so far, obviously. But
same. And the other good thing about you and I is like, we don't exactly have like delicate wallflower written across our faces. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're both tall. We're both like loud. We're both outgoing. We're both, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we can be nice, and like we definitely, you know, can be a chameleon depending on who we're dealing with, right? Like we can quiet ourselves down or talk slower or whatever. But like for me, I'll speak for myself. I definitely have like, you know, resting bitch face stamped across my forehead. You know what I mean? Like
they're not gonna fuck with you.
No, they're not. I'm also 5'10". You're 5'7", 5'8".
5'8", yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like we both do work out. I actually saw your kickboxing is like making me get inspired. I want to like find a kickboxing gym because it just looks so fun.
I think every real estate agent should be doing it. It's the best thing to do first thing in the morning, just to beat the shit out of something. It feels
Take
so
some
good.
aggression out.
I go for my mental health now more than my physical health.
For sure.
Amazing. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, moving your body first thing in the morning is like, there's nothing better. But again, I think going back to like the safety stuff, like I think about that all the time too. But there have been times where I am like, okay, here's my location. Here's where I'm going. Who's here? Meet it. You know, whatever the case may be, because I'm just like, I don't know. Like something, again, if it feels off, it's probably off, but just be smart about it.
now I have an electric car, but sometimes if I felt sketchy, I literally have walked through a house before, like gone to the basement with like my key sticking out like this. So I'm like, if I need to, just
I'll stab a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I am not opposed to it. I actually have,
Also,
my brother.
Sorry, I've been cussing on this podcast. Just beat me out if we post anything on Instagram. So
We cuss all the time. The only word I bleep out is the F word. I'm trying to be like, but you and I say it all the time, so that's going to be challenging. But back to self-weapons, like, you've got your big water bottles, and I have one that has like a little sport cap. It's got like a little handle on it, so I could literally just like swing that thing. Oh, yeah. My brother literally was like, this thing is a weapon. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'd love to see that. That would be.
I'm alone all the time. What do you mean? I got to have a emotional support water bottle / weapon. You know what I mean? So come at me. See what happens. Anyway, that is how many?
I used to have a taser, and I was almost like, I'm like, somebody come out. I want to use my taser on somebody. Like it's a. But actually, what happened to it? It's lost now.
Can we sign Eric up for this? Can we do can we sign Simon up for this? Can we do like all come into town? We'll do like a little BAM conference, and then we'll be like, actually, Eric, this is a female self defense class, and we've nominated you. We're going to tase you. I hope it's okay.
I love it.
Or red suit. Wait a minute.
Oh, he
would do it. We would just tell him ahead of time and be like, hey, we're going to need you to, by the way, we're talking about Red Suit Realtor. If you guys don't follow him, go check him out. He's hilarious. Well, speaking of follow,
giving him a shout out on here.
Yes, exactly. He's going to love it. I told him he needed to come on the podcast, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. Speaking of following and everything, if you're watching us on YouTube, please go like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So I learned that from, you got to tell the people what to do, Okay. We're all over the place. I knew we would be. Do you have a third story? Because then we're going to play a game, and I think that might incite some more stuff for you as well.
Third story is just a good one. Okay, so I got two terrible stories and one good one.
Love it.
For a lot of people say my big thing is listing videos that I do on social media. People are like, listings don't even sell houses. Like they don't, it's just for the agent to be like a social media star. So I want to tell a story about a listing video
where it worked.
Like pure proof that like the listing videos actually do sell the houses. And I tell the sellers, I'm like, look, the listing videos are just to get eyeballs and shares on your property. Like we make them short, a minute or less, but the real purpose of them is to get people to your property website and then funnel them to our CRM.
Wouldn't you agree that a listing video would sell a property faster and better than an open house would?
100%, because it's reaching all these people who are actively looking for properties that are open to it, So
agreed.
This was a house that was listed for an entire year with another agent.
Wow.
Sold. The builder reached out to us and he's like, hey, I've seen what you're doing on social, like would love to have you list this one and just see what you can do. Like, let's see if your video marketing like actually makes a difference. I want to lower the price. I don't want to lower the price. And so I was like, okay, we'll see what we can do. So we did this really fun listing video to AC/DC Back in Black. It got like 3 million views on TikTok.
Wow.
Sold in 3 days with multiple offers over asking price from the video. So I need to make a reel on this eventually at some point, but that listing videos do matter. And yes, they're not going to go viral every time, like 3 million, but like they are going to get more eyeballs and shares and more awareness on the property. So they do freaking work.
Work.
There's so many people. The real estate.
I know there's so many people lately, like, that have been, obviously I have the podcast and like, I'm really trying to grow my social presence and I'm learning, so much from you guys and, everybody else that we're kind of like in the room with. Right. And I just it was hard for me because as an elder millennial, like I just didn't care so much. Like I just had a love-hate with social and I've completely changed my mind around it. And like, I just went on, we talked about this on Tuesday, went on 2 listing appointments this week, got them both, and used some of your listing presentations. So thank you so much. That was amazing. But like, it was the way that you have, like, there's just the things that you have taught me and the way to be creative about it and have fun with it. And like, there comes like authenticity comes through. It's not these stuffy listing videos like, welcome to 515 Main Street. Like, those days are over. You know what I mean? And so I just think like when it's someone who cares and puts fun into it and like, you know, has a creative like spin on things. And shout out to Salt Cinema, your sister's company. They're amazing. They've done one of my listing videos already. And like literally they sent me the video, the cut, and I was like, I have no notes.
Like, yeah, that's what the videographer makes such a difference. Like I used to just be using these random kids. And I had this vision for the listing video I wanted. And then I'd get it back. I'm like, no, you missed it. Like you missed the mark. But with them, I know
you spent the whole day shooting that, by the way. And here we are, and like everything, the mark was missed, and you're like, shit. So yeah, I mean, it truly, truly matters. You definitely need to do like a little case study reel on that for sure. For sure.
I need to. I was just talking about that with my sister Sydney. We're going to at some point, but
yeah,
they make a big difference. And I just think showing up on social media in the videos, it's just like a form of expression. It's fun. It's like getting your creativity out there, and it makes this business enjoyable for me. So,
and same for me. And I think that like, again, the sellers, like when I showed that one to my seller, they were like, this is amazing. And it was very simple, but it showcased the property in all of the right ways. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely something that like, it just made me feel good to put something like that out there. You know what I mean? And it's not about us. Like,
love that video. I think
it's really good. And I think that we're just, again, it's that creative expression that helps us. And not everyone in the real estate game is creative. You and I are of that need. Like we need to express ourselves in those ways, right? Like it's why I have the podcast. It's why, you know, you're showing up the way you are in social. Like it's just so much more fun. And I think, again, not only did you get a lead from from all of your Instagram videos because the builder called you, but then you sold the house in 3 days. Like, if that's not proof, I don't know what is, you know?
With multiple offers after it's sitting for a year at the same price.
That's wild. That's wild. Okay. Well, let's play a little game because I think this might incite some other stories for you. So the game is called Punch List, where I hit you with 3 questions. Just first thing that comes to mind, okay?
Okay.
What is the weirdest thing or situation you've ever walked in on? Like at an open house, at a listing, at a showing?
Well, I had a showing where a guy was in the shower.
Did you see him? Did he see you?
Well, I didn't walk in on him in the shower, but it was so awkward because we were there with the buyers. We could hear the shower running. We went upstairs. I'm like, we should probably leave. Like, what if he comes out naked or like something? Anyways,
that's actually happened quite a bit. And one of my friends came on the podcast last year, and he went to his listing, and he shows all of his listings, right, just like we do. And he like knocked on the door. He always knocks, but he opened the door. He told the sellers he was going to be here at this time. He opens the door, and there's like, it was like a long condo, like on the bay. So like you, from like the front door all the way out to the back, you can see like the water and everything. She was laying naked, sun tanning on, and she like jumps up and she's like, ah, and he's like, oh, sorry. And he just like closes the door. But like, she's like, I totally forgot. And he's like, you just naked sunbathing on your lunch hour? Okay, whatever. Sounds good to me. Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve? This can be in life or in business.
I don't like slow. I don't like slow drivers. I don't like slow talkers. Like, it's painful for me. I'm just like, let's go. It's like somebody's like 3 in a row and you can't pass them. Or somebody's like getting a really, really long story or talking really slow. It's just like, it's so hard. It would be nice. I'm working on not interrupting people. Somebody just told me the other day, they're like, you interrupt. I'm like, I have something to say, and I'm going to forget it if I don't say it, and you're talking too long.
And you're like, can you just get there faster and land the plane, please? I am the exact same way. And everyone's like, what's your pet peeve? And I'm like, well, it's all centered around driving and road rage because, like, you know the 5 here. Why are you going 65 in the fast lane? Like, I will honk at you.
If you're going
Move over. I have things to do, people to see, and places to go. You know what I mean? Like, I can't handle it. Okay. I'm super interested in this question. If you could be anything other than a real estate agent, what would you be and why? Like if money wasn't an object. Nothing.
If money wasn't an object, I would probably I think of money, I make money. The importance of it is to have experiences, like to be able to do whatever I want. I want to have an amazing experience with people that I love to be around, like going and experiencing fun places in the world, just being with my people.
For sure.
So, I mean, honestly, if I didn't have to work anymore, I'd probably just like invest my money and just chill, like have a schedule of like just traveling, going somewhere once a month and creating awesome experiences with the people that I want to be around, you know?
Same.
So But as far as like another job,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't really know because I feel like I can make this job. You can really make this job what you want it to be. Like, I love the business side of it. I love the creative side of it. You can delegate what you're not as good at.
Yeah.
And I'm working on like growing and systemizing the stuff that I'm not as good at to get to a point where to get to the place I want to be financially. But yeah, I feel like you can really make this business. There's so many ways to do this business and so many different ways to do real estate.
Yep.
Obviously, it sucks. Like when you feel like you're struggling to find deals and you have to take every deal and then you're working with people that you don't want to work with. But yeah, honestly, if I wasn't doing this, I would like to be retired.
Me too. Well, first, I said if I had to do a job like anything, I'd love to be a country music singer, which I can't sing. So that doesn't like really make any sense. It just looks like it would be so much fun. You know what I mean? Like being on stage, like.
About being at a brokerage with revenue share is I've actually loved working with other agents. Like I didn't know how it was going to go or if I was going to like it. It's just kind of opened up this whole new world in real estate where I'm like, oh my gosh, like people like you, we would have never like met or interacted. You kind of naturally end up working with other agents that are similar to you or resonate with you in some ways, that you have some similarities.
For sure.
It's just been so fun. And like, it feels like a really awesome community of people that I can like collaborate with or get support from or give support to, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been really, really fun. And I said this to you the other day, like I'm so happy with like the community that like you've built and like welcoming me in, and like all the people we're meeting on our calls every week. Like I got a DM from one of the girls and she's in Utah, but she's on our group, but she's not on our team. I'm forgetting, but I'll tell you offline. And she was like, I don't have Paige's number. Can I like text her for the, like, you know, I was like, oh, she put it in the chat. And she was like, oh, thank you. You know, like she was wanting like listing presentation and stuff. And like, it's just, you know, she was like, I love what you guys are doing. Like, you know, so it's just being able to like meet other agents and you know, help them the way that they can help us and collaborate and like all these things. I mean, you've given me a referral. I've already given Dave Lass a referral. Like, you know what I mean? It's been the best. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. Reminds me, I think a few people texted me for that, and my brain, I'm like, oh, I got to go make that template link.
Okay, I will remind you after.
If you're listening to this, it's coming.
It's coming. We swear.
I tell everyone, if I don't text back the first time, be like, bitch, answer.
I do. I always text you back. I'm like, hey, and you're like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine.
But I never get offended. Just text me back right away. I'm like 10 exclamation marks or like, hello, I need you.
Or I'll like send a GIF where I'm knocking, you know, and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, it's fine. But like, you know, who cares? Anyway, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome. You are so good at this.
Thank you.
And I'm super excited to.
I know. I can't wait. We need to get like everybody in our group on this podcast, and then we'll just like, you know, keep collaborating and keeping the social going, you know?
Yeah,
I love it. Okay. All right, guys, please don't forget to follow and download the show on Apple and Spotify. Also, if you're not following Paige, you can find her at
Utah Real Estate Paige.
That's right. Go give both of us a follow. We love you so much. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Behind the Lockbox is produced and edited by Property Showcase Group. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, or review this podcast. Thanks for your support. See you next week.